U.S. President Joe Biden makes statements regarding International Longshore and Warehouse Association and Pacific Maritime Association concluding a new contract at the State Dining Room at White House. In Washington, USA. September 6, 2023. Leah Millis get file photo license rights. Washington. September 7. U.S. President Joe Biden came to Group of 20 meeting in India this weekend with a proposal for Global South. Whatever happens to Chinese economy, U.S. can help fund your development. Armed with the promise of cash for the World Bank's sustainable U.S. involvement, Biden hopes to convince fast-growing economies in Africa, Latin America and Asia that there is an alternative to China's Belt Road project, which pours billions of dollars into developing countries. But many are deeply rooted, left in debt. At least it will have one advantage: Chinese President Xi Jinping will not be at the meetings. While Biden says he's disappointed, Xi's absence as Chinese economy is wobbly creates a narrow window for Washington to reshape the agenda of political club it's struggling to contain. At center Biden's speech are the World Bank's reform proposals, lenders increased financing for climate and infrastructure assistance in developing countries. This will free up hundreds billions dollars new financing for grants loans. The White House has received $3.3 billion from Congress to complete previous steps by the United States, its close allies, to raise $600 billion in public-private funds by 2027 for the Global Infrastructure Investment Partnership, a Belt Road alternative that excludes China. Wants. But the real question is whether the U.S. will step up. Fast growth. High-debt Chinese Premier Li Qiang will represent China at the G20 as leaders grapple with slowing growth and a possible real estate debt crisis. Russian President Vladimir Putin also skips the event and sends Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. The IMF predicts the Middle East, Central Asia, developing countries in Asia and Sub-Saharan Africa by 3.2 to 5 next year. Faster than 1.0 for the US and 3.0 globally. It forecasts GDP growth of 0.0. However, these countries face serious challenges in reaching their potential due to the aging of climate change tests, mostly due to their colonial-era infrastructures. The COVID-19 pandemic, high inflation and rising U.S. interest rates have combined make these countries' debt burdens increasingly unsustainable, leading fears of problems similar Asian financial crisis that led the founding of G20 in 1999. Xi's 10-year Belt and Road Initiative played a role. China has lent hundreds billions of dollars under the project, which envisions Chinese institutions to finance the bulk infrastructure, mostly in developing countries. However, in recent years, credit has dried up, and with the increase in interest rates, many countries are having difficulty paying their debts. Washington thinks that a rebooted World Bank can meet the needs of the Global South and serve its own